How's it going today, everybody, and welcome back to Shaner's Mechanic Life. Now, whether you're a professional mechanic or a do-it-yourselfer at home on the weekends, we all have our go-to tools that we have to have at the house, or if you're a professional mechanic, in your tool cart at work that makes your job quicker, easier, and end of the day, either it can save you money at home or make you money at work. Here are 6 of my top tools that you don't need a tool truck to buy them from, that if you lose them, break them, get stolen, or even want to purchase them, you can go online to Amazon and have them sitting on your doorstep the next day. Well, let's get into it. Here we go. To keep this video straight and to the point for you guys, I'm just going to do a brief description on each of these tools, and if there's any more information you'd like to know or would like to get one for yourself, you can just click on the link in the description of the video, because the last thing I want to do is waste anybody's time. Now, these are all non-particular order. Number 1 is a good OBD2 Bluetooth Scantool. You don't have to go too crazy, and in fact, you can tell I've had this one sitting around in my toolbox and in my backseat of my car for quite some time. All you need is the adapter, download the app to your phone or tablet, and you can check engine lights, clear codes, and even get some more information. Let me show you about this one. Now, these are very easy to use. Comes with a dongle. All you have to do is download the free app, plug it in your OBD2 connector, turn your key on, and open up the app on your phone or tablet. What I like about this particular one is very easy to use. I've had it for years, and there's no in-app purchases. They don't try to ding you for more money. It's just free. And so you can read your codes, clear your codes, freeze frame data, vehicle info, and even you can go live data. Once you get it synced up, you can update your sensor. Very straightforward, easy to use. And one of the features I really like is you can do a full scan, does ABS, everything like that, and you can email yourself or your customer a list of all the codes, so they can have a list of what's wrong with their vehicle, what they need to do. And you can see, check engine lights. There's quite a bit of information there. And it doesn't cost you a dime after you buy the Bluetooth driver and download the free app. And if you're a tech, you can have it on your tool cart. You don't have to wait to borrow the shop scan tool. You just quickly pull the codes and know what you're getting into. The only problem with the cordless dongles is you want to make sure you don't forget it in the vehicle. If it's your own car, no big deal, you just grab it. But if it's customer's vehicle, it's going to be a lot harder to get your dongle back, and it doesn't look too professional if you have to call them back saying, hey, I left my tool in your car. So make yourself a note, always pull the dongle out of the vehicle when you're done. Let's get on to the next tool. Now, the second must-have tool for a professional or a do-it-yourselfer mechanic is a handheld battery tester. You don't need anything too giant or crazy, just a basic one that you can plug into your battery like this one I've had for years. What I like about it, very quick and easy. Just hook it up to your battery, get the information off your battery, and enter it in. And all you gotta do, press enter. Does your battery test. What's good about this as for a professional mechanic is if you're dealing with a customer, you don't have to rattle through specs. It's quite easy to understand because you can see this is 100% charged, 12.6 volts. It only says 4% healthy, 343 cold cranking amps. This battery is rated for 500, and it says right there, replace. Which, as a do-it-yourselfer, you may not know what the threshold is for a replacement battery, and as a professional mechanic, you start rattling off specs to a customer, they may get turned off because they don't know what you're talking about. But this one's pretty cut and dry. This needs a new battery. Number 3 is a good compact battery charger, something like this. I've had it for quite a few years. Now you can keep it on your tool cart at work or even at the at-home garage because it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. Now there's different models of this charger. I get in some bigger equipment, so I got the 12 volt and 24 volt option. You can charge gel batteries, absorbed glass mat, standard, 2 amp, 6 amp, 10 amp. You can get also charges that do 12 volts and 6 volts, and also ones with power supply options if you reflash computers, you want to keep that voltage stable. This, just like the other tools in this video, very user friendly and easy to use. Simply hook up red lead to the positive, black lead to the negative, plug it in, and you can see on the video lights are all flashing. That is not the case. It's just something with how it's taped and the LEDs, but you can see it's about 47% charged. So you just set it to the voltage you use, the type of battery you have, and if you got lots of time, you can put 2 amp or 10 amp if you're in a bit of a rush, percent charge, and also the voltage. And the key thing I like about this is when it's charging, you have the orange light come on. When it's done, it turns green, and you can also turn it to percentage, and as it charges, it'll go up. Won't go up every percent, but it'll make jumps, and when it's 100%, you'll see 100 and the light will turn green. And when it's done, it'll shut off itself, or when you're done, you can turn it off, pull your leads off, put it away, and start it up, knowing that the battery is fully charged. And then you can put your battery tester on it and test it, because like I didn't say in the previous one with my battery tester, is whenever you test a battery, before you condemn it, you want to make sure it's 100% charged. And now, number 4 is a diagnostic leak detector, or a smoke machine. Use these quite a bit for diagnosing evap leaks, which you'll need a Scantool to close off the vent valve and purge valve, but also if you have lean codes, you have vacuum leaks, this is very easy to use and can make finding the leaks quicker, and even give you a visual for, like I said, convincing the customer that you know where the leak is, and you can even show it to them. Let me show you. First off, you don't need any special chemical. All you fill the machine with is just regular baby oil. But you may want to let your wife know that you're using this, because if you come home from work after working overtime smelling like baby oil, you might have some explaining to do. And like the others, this tool is very easy to use. You can hang it from your hood prop or top of your hood. You even have it sitting on your intake manifold. You don't need an outside power source, just the vehicle battery will work to make sure it's fully charged. Put your red to your positive, black to your negative. Take any of the adapters from the kit, like this one. We're going to pressurize the intake to look for vacuum leaks. Kind of like testing your blood pressure. You want to seal the system off. So you pump it up. There we go. Take the vacuum line that comes with the kit, plug it into the adapter, but first you want to turn the unit on and hold it until you see smoke coming out, which generally happens very fast. We got some smoke coming out. Once that happens, plug it into the line and let it build pressure. What you want to be careful of is if you're doing evap systems, there's an adapter that you can buy separately, but you don't want to overpressurize it because those systems run very low. And let it run. As you can see, we have got, in a very short time, smoke coming from our oil filler cap, our EGR valve, and also coming from one of our vacuum solenoids down by the firewall. All of which could cause a lean running condition, because any air you have entering the system after your mass airflow meter is unmetered, and could cause a drivability concern or even your check engine light to come on for a lean condition. Now, to prevent it from overheating, it will shut off on itself after a short period, or you can just shut it off yourself, release your pressure, and that smoke is not harmful because it's only baby oil. You know, if you just call a customer and say, hey, your EGR valve or your vacuum solenoid or your oil cap's leaking, they have to kind of take your word for it. But if you show them something like this, 100% they can see it with their own eyes, knowing that you're not telling them a lie, and they can trust you. Not to mention, something you can do while you're doing other things. Start the machine up, you can start doing your oil change or whatever repair you have, and you can find other issues when you're not even really looking for them. Saving yourself time, and even making yourself some more money on flat rate. The fifth tool that I think is a must-have for a do-it-yourselfer or even a professional mechanic that you don't need a tool truck to come to town to get is an auto-ranging multimeter with the amp clamp. What's good about the auto-ranging is you can just set it and it'll automatically come up with a setting. And with the amp clamp, like I deal with some forklifts, electric forklifts, and come in quite handy to make sure that the charger is charging and how many amps is going out. And like with any multimeter, is you always want to check your leads by going to the resistance and touch your leads and make sure they're working. What I like about this is you can check the amps by going over your battery cables. Or another use I use it for is a lot of times I'm working underneath trucks or trailers. You only have two hands, so you got to hold the multimeter leads with one, with what you're testing with the other. So you can use the amp clamp to hang it off of something, knowing it's not going to fall, hit the ground, and it's almost like having a third hand. You can set it up, hold it in a spot where it's convenient for you, and still make your readings. But before you take any kind of amp readings, what you want to do is before you clamp it, you want to zero it. That way you know you're getting an accurate reading. And most of these do have an auto shut-off feature, but to save the battery, it's always a good habit. Make sure you shut it to the off position when you're done. The sixth and final must-have tool, in my opinion, whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a professional mechanic to have in your tool cart or at the in-home garage or even in the backseat of your car or trunk, is a portable jump starter. When you buy these, you want to make sure you get one rated towards the higher end of what kind of equipment you're jump starting. I get into some bigger trucks, so I need a more powerful unit. And the last thing you want to do is try to start something bigger than what this is rated. So I bought this one. I tried to jump start a big Volvo highway tractor that's rated to higher than what this was, and I ended up cooking the cables. Wasn't exactly the cables, but the inside of the connector. But you can go online, you can buy yourself another one. Wasn't the unit's fault, 100% mine. I tried to do too much. But what I like about these, nice and compact, keep it on your service cart, and if the vehicles won't start because you had the door open, something like that, you don't have to walk across the shop to get the battery charger. Or if you come out to go to work in the morning, battery won't go, you can just open up the trunk, grab your booster, go jump start your vehicle. You got this Honda CR-V that won't start. Battery, 0.5 volts. That's nowhere near enough to start the vehicle. So you plug your adapter in, go red to positive, black to a good ground, and fire it up. Disconnect your leads. Now you can bring the vehicle into the shop to find out why the battery went down, whether it's a faulty battery or a draw on the system. Quick and easy, doesn't take up a lot of room, and you can keep it on your cart to get the job done quicker at the shop. Well, what's everybody think about my 6 choices? You know, these are all tools that are not new to me. I've had them for quite some time. In fact, the blue driver, I've had that. It's got to be 5 years. Battery tester, that's 2+ years. This multimeter, 5-6 years easy. Booster pack, over a year. Battery charger, 2+, maybe 3 years. And the smoke detector, I'd say I've had that about 1.5 years. So I've used these long enough to know that I can depend on them, and they're quite easy to use. I'd like to know what everybody thinks, so positive or negative, leave a comment in the comment section. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button, notification bell in the bottom right hand corner. That way you get notified when we get new videos coming out. Well, that's it for tonight, everybody. Have a good night and keep wrenching.